Hey everyone, this is Chris Crazyhouse, and it's another Thursday night, and I'll be drawing my butt off. Yes, here we are, back again, Thursday evening, doing some artwork, and tonight is a special night because I wanted to focus on doing some fan art of one of my favorite and most beloved comic book series of all time, Brotherman, the Dictator of Discipline. I've been a Brotherman fan ever since it first started in the early 90s. I remember my stepdad had a copy of it and he let me read it. And then later on, I was able to go out there and find some of the books written by Guy Sims and drawn by, back then his name was David Sims, but now he's known as Dawood Anyabwile. So if you don't know anything about Brotherman, it is one of the most successful independent comics ever created. It is definitely one of the best, in my humble opinion. And I don't know where I would be personally or professionally as an artist without Brotherman. It meant a lot to me then. It still means a lot to me now. I'm so very happy that there are collected trades of the entire run of Brotherman from, I believe it started in 1990 and went to, I think, about 1996. And there are some new uh, continuations of the story. I think there was a prequel series that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago that you can also buy from the Brotherman website. And I would highly recommend you do so. The artwork is absolutely amazing. The artwork that Dawood has done over the years has always been an inspiration to me as an artist. The stories and the way the stories are told in this comic book format has always been something that's been inspirational. In just the fact that they printed it on a different size of paper. It was not your typical sized comic. It was, the pages were a little bit bigger. The way that they crammed so much of the story, it was not your typical superhero comic. It reminded me a little bit more of maybe some of the maybe Heavy Metal or Mad Magazine. It reminded me more of something like that as far as the way the paneling was done and the way the story was told. But just amazing hand-drawn artwork that Dawood did, and the stories are great as well. All the characters are very fully fleshed and just completely enjoyable. I think you guys will get a real kick out of it if you've not read it already. I know some of you here probably at least have at least one issue of Brotherman. If you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you. But like I said, you can get the whole collection, volume 1s, 2, and 3, as well as the continuation series, Brotherman, I believe it's called Revelations. You can go get that on the website, and I will post a link so you guys can go get that. And I've had the pleasure of getting to actually meet and talk with and know Dawood. He's probably one of the few artists that are pretty mainstream that I've actually gotten to know and talk to on a personal level. And he's always given me some great, notes of wisdom, as well as a lot of great guidance, whether it be through personal conversation or just some of the talks that I've seen him give out in public or at conventions. So this is kind of my way of saying thank you to that brother, and thank you to his brother Guy Sims for doing the writing and the creation of this comic book series. So what I'm going to be drawing is a fight scene between the main character Brotherman, aka Antonio Valor, and he's going to be fighting the Twin Towers and also the character of Block. So if you haven't read Brotherman, you might not know who the characters are, but this was my favorite story from the original run of Brotherman, is where the city was taken over by Block, who, and his name is actually an acronym for the boundless logic of the original Concrete King. And he's a little short dude who figured out a way to finagle his way into becoming the king of the city. And he got his two childhood friends to be kind of like his bodyguards and his muscle. And those two guys are the Twin Towers, the two brothers, Eric and Derek, who remind me a lot of my older brothers. That's Like if you look at the way those characters are dressed, that's how much you older brothers used to dress back in the day. So it's the book, it was done in the 90s, and you can tell by the fashion and the way the characters dress and the way the characters talk that it definitely reflects that time period. So it brings back a lot of great memories for me just seeing these characters all the time. And, even when I reread the book from time to time, I always enjoy it. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, folks. I'm going to be doing my own version of their little fight. Now, it didn't happen like this. They weren't fighting on the side of a building, but I'm going to be doing that just from my own creative standpoint. Maybe one day Dawood will do a sequel where the Twin Towers get out of jail and Block comes back and they want to get revenge on Brotherman for causing them to get locked up in the first place. That would be a cool story, and maybe he can take this as inspiration. That's the fanboy in me that can hope that, right? But I'm going to be doing this drawing here of them fighting it out, folks, on the rooftop, and kind of doing it somewhat in that style, but more of a cartoony style that I like to do. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do here. So as always, sit back, relax. I'm going to draw it digitally with digital pencils, and I'm going to ink it. And I'll do a black and white version, and then I'll do a final color version here in Adobe Animate. So you guys can sit back, relax, listen to the music, watch me draw, or you can go ahead and comment and talk with me and chat with me in the live chat. So I'm going to hit that intro button, and then we're going to jump right into drawing this fan art of Brotherman fighting the Twin Towers and Block. Let's go.
like no other, like no other.
So here we are, folks, at the intermission stage of me drawing here. We got the image fleshed out of Brotherman fighting the Twin Towers in block, and they're kind of flying off the side of a building as they're fighting. You know, Brotherman got him a good hit in there on one of the brothers, but he's still being tackled over the side, and Block is kind of holding on to his other arm there. And this is going to, you can see even in this black and white version that it's going to have a very harsh lighting, a very dramatic lighting. I'm doing that because it's happening at nighttime. You see the moon in the background and, you know, the clouds, and you kind of can see little bits and pieces of the city as well, almost like in a silhouette. I didn't want to make it too detailed, but I wanted you to be able to at least see that the city is there, because the city itself is such a big character in the Brotherman universe. That's almost, it's one of the great qualities of the book itself, that you get completely immersed in this city and immersed in the story. It sucks you right in, and it's almost like you feel like you're a character within it, and that's one of the things I always appreciated about it. So I wanted to make sure you can at least see the city is there and kind of surrounding them and kind of bringing up the framing of this piece. So this is what we have so far, folks. I made sure I inked it in, and I'll be doing the actual colors in the second segment of this video. Before I do, let me go ahead and do my plugs. If you want to get any of my products, my comic books, coloring books, posters, or stickers, you can always buy that stuff at my online store. The links will be in the description. If you want to support this channel, you can go ahead and become a Patreon of Chris Crazyhouse, and it's $5 a month. And when you become a Patreon, you will receive exclusive artwork that you can print out yourself and color. So there'll be exclusive coloring pages. There'll be exclusive clip art that you can download and utilize any way you want. And there'll be exclusive artwork that you can download and post as the background for your desktop, laptop, or your mobile device. All that for $5 a month on my Patreon. And if you are so inclined and you want to get some of my coloring books, you can always buy them from me directly at my online store, or you can also buy them on Amazon.com. All of my coloring books are available on Amazon.com. And I will post a link for that also in the description box. Let me advertise my latest coloring book, and that is Naturally Cute Fantasy. That is a coloring book that features black women with their natural hair in different fantasy settings, whether it be high fantasy, fairy tales, cyberpunk, space rangers, superheroes, mermaids, witches, steampunk, and everything in between. You can get this all in my new coloring book, which is Naturally Cute Fantasy. You can get that now on my online store, or you can buy it on Amazon.com. So I'm going to play a quick ad for Naturally Cute Fantasy, and then we'll jump right back into doing the colors for Brotherman fighting the Twin Towers in block. Let's go. So here it is, folks, the final version of Brotherman fighting the Twin Towers in block. And I put all the colors in. We got a little bit more shadows here and there to make sure the mood is right. I made sure I made the highlights very bright from the moonlight that's coming off of the moon and hitting the characters and parts of the background. And I think we got a pretty good piece here. It's a nice, fun action piece. I definitely wanted to make sure it was action packed and you get the full impact or the height of the moment of action as these characters are fighting and tumbling off of a rooftop. And we don't know exactly what's going to happen next or if they're going to land safely or what. But we got that great dramatic moment right at the height of the action going on here. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining me. I very much appreciate you. Appreciate having you here while I do this drawing. I enjoyed chatting with you in the live chat. I'm going to send this to Brother Dawood, and I hope he gets a chance to watch it. And just to let him know, if he sees it, how much I appreciate him and his brother Guy Sims and what they created over the years. As I said before, it's always been a tremendous inspiration to me as well as other young black artists out there. And, you know, just thank you. We appreciate you. And this is kind of my way of showing my love and appreciation for their creation of Brotherman. So hopefully he appreciates this picture as much as I appreciated creating it. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you join me here next week, next Thursday, for another Drawing My Butt Off video. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you like my art videos and my animation videos or my commentary, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and check out what I do next time on this channel. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and Chris Crazyhouse signing out. Peace.